20 years after the wildfire was gone forever, Prince Azom and his loyal companion, Romp, secretly boarded a ship sailing for Ananda. But when they arrived, what Azom saw left him breathless. His face was everywhere, painted on walls, printed on posters, whispered in secret. They called him the king that will return. When people saw his family's symbol, they would bow in silence. They spoke of him as if he were a god, possessing supernatural strength. Azom went cold. He knew exactly who was behind this twisted myth, his uncle, and the prince was furious. This wasn't hope. It was a cage, before he could even process the propaganda. Soldiers swarmed the streets. They beat citizens, dragging away anyone who dared to speak of the true heir. Azom and Romp melted into the shadows. Watching in horror, they decided to follow the captured prisoners, trailing them from a safe distance. The trail led them deep underground to a dark, sprawling mine. The sight was a vision from a nightmare. Thousands of Ananda's men, women, and even the elderly were chained, forced to work like animals. Whips cracked against backs. The sound of breaking bones echoed in the darkness. This was a place where hope came to die. Rage burned in Azom's eyes. He nearly charged in, ready to fight, but Romp pulled him back, reminding him that a reckless death would save no one. As they tried to leave, they were spotted. Soldiers seized them, accusing them of being spies. One guard raised his sword, ready to end them right there, but another guard sneered. "They're too weak to be spies," he said. "Send them to the mine. Let them die working." And just like that, Azom and Romp were chained and thrown into the same endless darkness, their identities lost. Their freedom gone. Meanwhile, back in the safety of sea land, Prince Magal was livid when he learned Azom had vanished. He quickly informed the Emperor and tried to calm the worried princess, assuring her that Azom had only gone to understand his people's suffering. But Magal knew Azom was walking into a trap. He immediately sailed for Ananda, making secret contact with former commanders loyal to the true king. For years, these elite generals had been training hidden battalions, waiting for this very moment. Magal distributed portraits of Azom to his most trusted soldiers, initiating a silent, desperate search across the entire land. But they weren't the only ones looking. Dargon's spies were always one step ahead. They had already learned that the prince was in Ananda and alerted the ruthless governor. The governor, smelling a massive reward, mobilized his troops. The hunt for Prince Azom had officially begun. Back in the mine, Azom and Romp were just another pair of slaves enduring starvation, pain, and relentless labor. The days blurred into one long torment. But one night, Romp spotted figures moving through the shadows. They weren't gods, they were intruders. Certain they were on a rescue mission, he woke Azom, and they followed. The intruders, realizing they'd been seen, turned on them, ready to silence them forever. But just as a blade was about to strike, Romp yelled the truth. He is the prince. The heir to Ananda, the leader. A fierce young woman froze. She ordered her men to stand down. Her name was Munee, the daughter of a chief from the resilient Gamma tribe. Her people survived by walking a tightrope, paying taxes to Dargon while maintaining their own traditions. Munee wasn't here for a prince. She was here for a stolen necklace. It was a sacred dream catcher, given to her by a seer, who told her it would lead her to the king she was destined to marry. A king whose fate would bring both greatness and great hardship. The thief who had stolen her necklace was captured and thrown into this very mine. She had only come to get it back, but now, hearing that a captive prince was standing before her, her personal questly became something much, much bigger. Her destiny had shifted. She rescued Azom, Romp, and the thief, leading them away from the mine and back to the hidden village of the Gamma tribe. But escape did not mean safety. The governor's forces, tipped off by their spies, now knew exactly where to find the prince. An army of Dargon troops was storming toward the mine, ready to capture or kill him. At the very same time, Magal's own spies delivered the urgent news to him. Magal wasted no time. He gathered his hidden commanders and their secret battalions. They would launch a bold, all-out rescue mission. Two armies, two opposing destinies, were now racing toward the same point. One army was hunting the prince. The other was fighting to free him. The gears of fate were turning, and the future of Ananda was about to be decided in a clash of steel and blood. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for the next chapter in this epic story.